Thank you. So most of my poems are free verse or sometimes left hand, and they take the form of the moment in which they are composed. However, like my friend Tom, sometimes I like to compose in traditional forms or in almost traditional forms. So like this sonnet, which is whose 14 lines are shortened just to 4 beats. Yesterday is under snow, white entombs the grass below. The pine-ridged mountain view is lost. I've watched the fragile snowflakes tossed by burdened junipers persist in their approach. The branches twist and take the brunt. The robins hide, sparrows shiver, we stay inside. The chairs are stiff, the tables bare, the plants assume a formal air. Of course, the sun will shine, we hope, and give our lives a larger scope. Perhaps it will. It might be clever to think the snow will fall forever. Thanks. And now I'm going to tell you 4 haiku, sort of haiku, linked in a chain to make a form sometimes called a renku. Trembling aspen hairs, quick tail of squirrel move in you. A slight wind, red tulips touch, and again touch. This world is big enough to be my lover. She forgets me. Tomorrow again, I'll see her everywhere, playing with distances. Thank you. This one is called Mary in White, and this poem, it's in the form of a sestina, which is a kind of complicated form which I couldn't quite get, but I had fun trying. Mary in White. Mary in white stands on the porch with sun on her back, making a brilliance. Her long hair is clean, her arms are moving. She sits on the porch, resting her back, enjoying the brilliance. The wind is clean, Mary's fragrance is moving, the silence is white. She comes back, clothed in brilliance, dressed sheer and clean. Mary's body is moving and slender and white as she steps from the porch. She rises in brilliance, her gestures are clean, her lips barely moving in prayer to white. Mary bends at the porch and gathers up wood. She sweeps the floor clean, the hearth fire is moving. Mary's stockings are white. Through the door to the porch, she brings candles back, looks into the brilliance. Mary is moving, the rain is white. She reaches the porch and a voice calls her back. Her face is a brilliance, the wet earth is clean. So sometimes I like to make a poem about where I am at the moment. This one is, I wrote it in a restaurant called Wrangler 2. It goes like this. I'm eating barbecued ribs for the pleasure of using teeth to rip flesh from bone. The waitress is a honey blonde child who looks perfect in jeans, moves quickly, tells me she loves ribs, snow in the mountains, and brings me lots of coffee. When she reads this, she says, "I'm not a child." Oh, thank you. Okay, so here I'm in a place, and I'm at the start of a writing workshop that I once gave at Glendon College here in Toronto. And this is the beginning of the workshop. You are beautiful, but crumpled. Behind you is window, is wind, rain, and maples. Deep in your eyes is lightning. Your mind is feathers. Tickle me. It is not for me to say more than I am here. And the next are some words I strung together on the spot during the final session of that same workshop, quite a few units of time later. Oh, we have prize winners here. Ah, the air, my tentacles in space. Ah, when you pass like a gorgeous fish, I am the water-driven seaweed singing in praise of us. How fabulous we are. How gorgeous. How jealous I am of us. We may well say we pity the Queen of England. We who can conglomerate, being so full of the vicissitudes of life. Giselle's eyes blazing. Her lips are torrents of candied raspberry. Around her hangs the aroma of peaches. Smells burst from her breasts, dissolve into the walls. Her hips are not flat. No, rolling they are, rolling soft and fat. Manfred's eyes are brittle, bulletproof limousine. His body moves in moonlight. Menace is his walkway. Oh, look out, he comes. Space trembles, holding its breath so tight. Great boulders teeter on the precipice of his intentions. Ice ages begin to unfold under his feet. Her calls him. He guns. He guns. Winds unpeel his skin. Rock sides are dust on his shoulders. Tigers lurk in his belly, and his balls suck wind in the cavernous night. The family sits on the sofa, on various chairs. On the floor sit the kids. The dishes are still on the table, in the sink, all over the kitchen. Sun shines in, sun shines in. The glass coffee table, the shadow down the basement stairs. In the cellar, dust plays in the sunbeam, plays, hangs, dances. Who knows what dust does? Anyway, dinner is over, everyone is feeling fat and happy and ready to begin to complain. So, the next few are poems that I wrote in different places while looking at a window. Black spruce sway in the wind. I turn to them for solace because they never complain. White paper consoles me. On its surface, words appear like cricket chirps. When I think of your goodness, I burn and become restless. Meanwhile, what to do? When we are together, there is such a flowing. Then, what to do? I want you to understand that star-crossed lovers are the only kind. Love is out of this world. Four. The beautiful vanishing day with its sunshine and trees, kids, dogs, and nicely dressed people in their clever cars shining in the sun. Babies and birds chirping their preferences. And even if there is no one to tell you what to do with yourself, you could go on with your breathing. Try moving your fingers in a rhythm over something. Invite a peaceful feeling, like a Buddha sitting in stillness, like rock in sand. More so. Longing pours from you like blood. There are moments unseen by you. Startled, you come back to more of the same old thing. We can only, I hope, that when the time comes to blame, that we have someone handy. try to sleep. It is raining outside. What is thundering? The sounds are of children thumping and of their voices speaking as they do, loud, yelling everything and shrill. It is good to wear yellow in a brightly lit room on Friday at 5, darkening during an autumn thunder shower. So we're almost there. Sometimes a poem comes when I look at something and it looks like something else. We all know that feeling. My last 3 short poems were that kind, and this first one started as a looking out of the window poem, and at the last minute became a looks like something else poem, so here we go. Snow coming in on the east wind covers the ground except in the lie of a hoary ponderosa, where a fat, gray, furry mouse ball of a bird with a rusty half-moon on its back pecks at the gravel, and I'm reminded by a gush of love at my heart how the changing shapes of earth provoke me to return your constant love. Even as I write, the snow has stopped, and you appear, this time in a boulder shaped like a huge woodchuck lurching down the hill, and I want to ride you into the valley. I don't know how these things happen, but they do. I have to admit it. So, this one is called Who? Chinese inflection. Who? Chinese Yiddish inflection. Anyways. On the North Valmont Road are 3 trees. Their branches chainsawed down to boughs, down to finger stumps and knuckle bones, resembling 3 of the brutish fists raised against the sky by the son of earth Briareus, 100-handed Titan, buried alive by Zeus his brother after the cosmic war. Who manicured those dirty hands to such economy of intent? Who lives humorously in that gray frame house behind them? Poet? Or grease monkey? Or what? And this is the one I'm going out on, so here we go. It's called Devil on My Mind. The foothills of the Rockies near El Dorado Springs project a spur they call the Devil's Thumb, an ode in stone to stubbornness of those who go their own way, like Lucifer, squirted by God into the hot womb of earth and aborted with the Rockies X million years ago, still poking his thumb up victory sign into heaven's eye. I also think that spur of rock is Buddha, whipped into shape by the wind of his own desires, hovering between earth and heaven as a link with the unconquerable vision of the human heart. He sits above the city, among pines, wind-swept by the furious bliss of his breathing into attitudes of dancers. He breathes in pollution, the pain of rock stars who murder their wives, of women who want babies and out of doubt abort them. His outbreath fills the valley with wave after wave of warriors dancing over the hills like pines and reposing on the softness of sandstone peaks after their long march through canyons of darkness and light. Thank you.